Yeah, former finance minister Ken Ofori Atta. Abusia Ken Ofori Atta ne extradition process akwa posisen. Ken Ofori Atta just say ebeto dwa say deportation bi akam. Abusia be si ne yenya ehu ye. Na se nya hu Ken Ofori Atta ewo Omega na sa beto dwa say Ken Ofori Atta atumi akwa ne citizenship card ewo America. Na we na ama Kevin Ekobadu Taylor about bonting the message about channel simua Ken Ofori Atta de kwan bi aso say ye de ne eka chema Wontumi ho edi enti na Kevin Ekobadu Taylor eka sansemu ya busa we de pese ye kona ye tie secret Kevin Ekobadu Taylor Wontumi aliki afa ya former finance minister Ken Ofori Atta ho ene nsemo a abusa we yi about this time nsem na no odi we dey ma mekasa wa me ma mekasa enye tete pese ya yekona yetie and someone Kevin Ekobadu Taylor of Loud Silence TV. Credit goes to Loud Silence TV or the about saying efa Ken Ofori Atta Dr. Mudba me papa Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo any top MPP officials and as executives omo enwoma bi a just say omo aye abra ye de state and as say the oman share sankofo yi ensa moma yinti na ye nche ya adwen e wo ye comment section na be sha nso say ha ye ni atem na emum ya adwen e na eche wo na ehu na ete wo social media so ha that's why media.
If you are sitting somewhere else thinking you can distract me, you can't. I can distract you because I was built for this. Me say ya chicken of rata na kwatena kwato na utie bi. Na wo kind newspaper na utwa to. Se ne be ya wudi 80 years awde akire wo nananom se na me ka ho ne to aba edi yi nkofo free power me achi omugu mu. So what you say? Match ma Wontumi ko demu, Ken Ofori Atta ko demu, omo mu di esika no. Inti you need to be part of the record. You need to be part of history. It also tenas now witnessing the prosecution of Ken Ofori Atta. Now when na munyini a ebede no bohu de esiye ema wa kire nyome mu akire omo wait ye nyina ye twan de history na to na ya ka kire na no mansa na ewu ye di 100 a intimen ku hu dabi ye ntwan ye nyina ye jeli omo wie na enyini a ye na no ba na da chom se na meka ho meto abade bi 2024 ye na e change Ghana destiny and the munyina bonya den oman pa amutim so what am I say me hesitate it is the NDC. That is why I want the NDC to still stay in power for long and the NPP to be a good opposition for long. That is my job. I have no problems with anybody. After all these things, John Mahama, it was tough for John Mahama before he lost power in 2016. The damage that was done to John Mahama, the damage some people, politicians, are for a handful. The damage that was done to his image as a human being, the damage that was done to himself, his family, his wife, the damage, it cut deep. It wasn't even just about politics. It's about targeting a family that this man has built. People who were his friends, people who he believed could have helped him sustain power and rule this nation diligently. Some of them technically backstabbed him. They stabbed him in the back. Some people became enemies overnight. John Dramani Mahama, it was tough. To clean John Mahama from 2017 to 2020 wasn't easy. The media was hijacked. You could not go out there and speak your mind. The atrocities, the suppression. You could not speak against the Akufo-Addo administration. But John Mahama said he is from Gonja. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman is a fanti. They told themselves they were going to fight. They were going to speak the truth. They were going to send a message across. The media was hijacked. You could not speak. People like us came in. We said to ourselves, until Ghana is taken away from criminals, murderers, we will not stop. We also added our voice. We supported John Mahama. We supported Nana Opoku-Agyeman because we have that belief in them. 2020 elections, Nana Akufo-Addo and the MPP saw that Ghanaians, you drew that point where we know they were tyrants. They were destroying the nation. They were stealing and they were disrespecting the rule of law. 2020, they shot 8 people. People were killed all over the place because they didn't want to hand over power to John Mahama. The election ended up in court. The Chief Justice then, some of the judges then said we needed to hear both parties to know who actually won election 2020. And yet the leader or the referee in the elections, your friend EC Jane Mensah, you catch and say Umbra Court. Now Umbra country Ghana for say why in the win elections till date. Jane Mensah told Ghana for say she was not going to appear in court, and that election results are 10 no on the day or the elections, ama Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So in 2020, we did not have an official election result from the EC. The court also did what? Told us to go to the UK. There's something called the Black Book. The election petition na ewo court, the Supreme Court of Ghana, under the leadership of Enini Yabua and Tokonu, who was also on the bench, they told us to go to the UK. There is a book, some white man atro, your friend, the Black Book, and no, and the interpretation in film. Yatna Kromwa, people were angry. Ghanaians got pissed off. The respect that basically we gave the president and also the party, MPP, it was shattered into pieces. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo forcefully took power from 2020. A tyrant ruling like a Democrat. What happened was that at that point he became more comfortable, and now he decided to become more crazier. From 2020 to 2024, it was crazy. People were being arrested. People were being shot. People disrespected the rule of law. Parliament was hijacked. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, as the president, his own Attorney General Godfrey Dame was cutting deals. He was caught on tape. So many things happened in this country. The country was messed up. We could not speak as a people because some group of people, they opened the forest. They entered our forest. They were bringing in weapons. Chairman Wontumi, Samia Uku, Kojo Ponkroma, Professor Frimpong Boatia, or the head of a sector, now lands ministry, or throw a report. Come out, president say, Nipa way na essence aseno. In the 2 weeks, and a president say be a forest. They say, Omonsanura forest na Omunkotu Gala. Nayati Kroma from 2017 to 2020. Mahmoud Bawumia Kachere said, "Wa lucky dollar no." So after NPP won election 2020, we thought to say dollar no. Bawumia was still going to lock the dollar. It started rising. Mahmoud Bawumia decided not to speak on air the economy again. Mahmoud Bawumia and his wife decided not to speak on the economy again. Now Bawumia became a digitalized man. Because of lies, atro into that economy in Wasem. Dollar that was given to the MPP in 2016 at 4.3. In 2024, the dollar was hitting 18. Now people started getting scared. Businessmen were getting scared. All the way around 2014, 2024 October, businesses had collapsed. Multi-million-dollar companies were folding up. People who had money, their capitals were basically dying. They did not know what to do. Prices of goods and services was out of the roof. Ghanaians were scared. There was so much tension in the system. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was not showing any sign that he was ready to sell. The people felt that we are stupid. The NPP, Mahmoud Bawumia, also came in and said that he is smarter than Akufo-Addo. He had 33 policies that have brought us from 2017 to 2024. The dollar is now 17. Yakacha Bawumia said the 33 policies and the economic management team or head, he is not intelligent enough to lead Ghana. The NPP insulted every single person in Ghana. They disrespected chiefs. Your national anthem, not president on the phone so. Your national anthem, not president Bajin on the phone so. Your national anthem, not president. Instructed the minister say, "Uncle Dipejina term if you say, or he no home fano." We saw all these things happen. A country. Yatna Kromha, Yakofa Mikimel Baye, the Jubilee House, a month for Benum Ri Woho, Mukobo Nyomka, the F word. We sat in this country. Yehu Eye or Maya Nipebi, Area Musika, Bank of Ghana Boka, 60 billion. We asked for the money. We could not find any money. Yenya COVID-19 Sika funds close to $4 billion till date. We cannot recall. Say Obi Etumi said the $4 billion under MPP. All of these things happened. All these things happened. Ghanaians still were quiet. The anger na we nipem na edwadifo ayedin na ahemfo ayedin asofo ayedin Ghana imbebunu na ayedin free SHS enkwara school na mudi aduane bone na omuwu ensem bebresi people were screaming. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his family, they were insulting and jubilating. They had already taken over all our resources. PDS and they did not care about how we felt. Great chiefs and kings were disrespected. The rule of law was stepped upon. These people in 2024, they were going to take power. Brian the Champo Jina and the Krom Kachre Ghana for say and the omo beye bia abo nipa tuo agi to me no yankai eye ayawaso west wagon. They will not release power today, they will not release power tomorrow, they will never release power. They put a lot of fear in Ghanaians. They scared every single person on the street of Ghana. The military was being weaponized. The police were weaponized against the people. Ghanaians were scared. We did not know what to say. Majority of the people at night all watched my show quietly and told themselves the day will come. So many people at the end of the day were quiet because they knew their plans. They had already planned what they would do. Now the Dankweku Fuadu in the Bushia, they were looting. They were speaking to us like we are children. They were insulting us every single day. They did not care. They did not respect us. John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, they did not give up. 2020 to 2024, John Mahama was still roaming around the nation, talking to Ghanaians in small numbers, telling them that I have been here before. These people were lying to you. Give the NDC power and that Ghana will change and that I will do things better. I have been here and I know the inside out. Ghanaians were listening. Ghanaians were looking at John Mahama's body language. They were listening to a man who had purpose. They knew, so with John Mahama coming into office and Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman being his vice, they knew they were going to be adults in the Jubilee House. So many people had made up their mind all the way in 2023. They were scared because Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was ruling, a tyrant who basically ruled and acted as if he was a Democrat. So many people were scared in Ghana, but they waited. They were quiet. They were listening. Ghana for eto efa omobua omontonentem. In the time John Mahama eye campaign, oko oba, okasa, na manfo di ne ho fel, amanfo edi na tem no, he stood still. He was very resolute. He told Ghana for what he wanted to do.
I've been out of government for almost 8 years now. I did my best. I wouldn't say things were perfect, but at least we're making progress. What I can promise you is that I will be truthful to you. I will never tell you lies. I will never tell you things that I can't do. The problem with this country is that our policies are based on the short cycle of winning elections every 4 years. And we are not creating the foundation for this economy to take off. And so, we're not making you promises. I'm promising you that I'll work hard day and night to make sure that we reset the fortunes of this country. 4 years of a good leader will make more impact than 8 years of a dishonest leader.
John Mahama, no, your campaign. Okache said 4 years of a good leader. 4 years of a good leader, it will yield more results than 8 years of a bad leader. The NPP were still insulting him. He was telling the people the truth. There was so much anger in the hearts of Ghanaians. Ghanaians were quiet, but they were pissed off. We could not even talk as brothers and sisters. The anger, the clear abuse of power by the Akufo-Addo administration, Mahamudu Bawumia's wife, Chairman Wontumi, all these people, the exhibition of foolishness to the highest level. Ghanaians were angry. Na ebufuo ewo Ghana for akumem. They did not say anything, but the NDC made sure that they could communicate with Ghanaians through their adverts, through their messages on different platforms. Ghanaians resonated. They understood what the NDC they were saying. So you felt how Ghanaians actually embraced when anytime the NDC spoke about hardship, how they wanted everything to be done in a certain way. Na NDC MPP for Ntiomo. It is important. Say about reflecting all the time.
Ghana for bre, and suppose you've done better. You've done better. I will cry better. I will cry better. Where the dollar na? My pocket near my baby.
Vote John Dramani Mahama on December 7th. Let's save Ghana.
So Ghanaians were listening. Now you tie message, Now Mahama at a point in 2023, 2024. Now you could see that he was tired. So Ojina stage Kasa, it was hard for you to even hear. You could see Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman. You could see not bra or bre just to hop on one car, hop in the other car, go around the nation at her age. All because they wanted to take back the democracy and then hand it over to you. They wanted you to be happy. They wanted you to have that belief in your country again. At a point, now Mahama nan hokra ya mobo. At a point, Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman nan hokra ya mobo. You could see that they were going down there to tell the people this was the last chance. And that say jaiwe manekwa our democracy. Ejuma kwa Nkrumah mu ye ejuma ye jina ye no, it will go down the drain. But remember, they were preaching message. It carried hope. Because without hope, nobody would believe what you were telling them. So they made the people know, say, baby, NPP for the Ghana be do. Oma botu, oma say o mine, oma de nimtia abre o mine constitution. We need to still believe. We need to have hope that if we are able to make the right decision, 7 December 2024, things will change for the better. So their message, it was about hope. Nana Opoku-Agyeman at her age, now a pray. John Dramani Mahama at his age, now a pray. At a point, Munyina Musha John Mahama okasakura na wonte. At a point, na John Mahama jina wenim no okasa, you could not even see his eyes. At a point, you could see, say, what this man was doing was not just because of politics. He was doing it because he was ordained to come and make sure, say, we'll be breaking that jinx. Nana do Dankwa Akufo-Addo MPP bawo miamo area to Ghana for so. It was tough, but they still kept pushing the message. They kept pushing the message. Ghanaians were listening. Ghanaians were now picking the ones that they think will benefit them. But still, we were quiet. The NDC were still using the music, the songs. They were preaching the gospel through the music they were sending around. We were struggling. We were scared. That's the most important one. Every single person was scared. The big men and the small men in Ghana, every single person was scared because nobody could trust Akufo-Addo and Mahamudu Bawumia. No one in Ghana could trust Akufo-Addo and Bawumia because in 2020, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, and the MPP, they killed the same Ghanaians to take power. So we were scared. We were scared. We were also doubting if we will come out even to vote for NDC. We were not even sure. But deep down our heart, we knew we wanted a change. We are not very sure that we could even take power from Akufo-Addo. Na yenjin disi ebejima aji 2 years for Akufo-Addo in same. Na the Akufo-Addo the fame, the whole country, we were going through some psychological trauma. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo took what we call the soul of the nation from us. We became slaves. We were looking around. Where is the hope? How are we going to get around this? The guy has taken over the military. He has taken over the police. He has taken over the judiciary. He has taken over parliament. The guy has taken over some corrupt chiefs and corrupt the men of God. How do you go around it? But you see, we still had hope. We still had belief that the country Ghana that was left for us by the Nkrumah and the Yananamno, we got to that conclusion, say it was our responsibility to save our nation. We were quiet in our rooms, we were quiet in our houses, in our offices, we were quiet in our cars. Yet not trotromo obi anka bibia. Yet not sorry dem a obi akosa kusheshe ni trim. Yet dem a ye TV no obi aka na asama hye ni trim. We were still listening to the message. We were all quiet. We were asking ourselves, what is 24-hour economy? What is 24-hour economy? John Mahama is speaking about a big push. John Mahama is talking about changing Ghana. John Mahama is talking about the economy, talking about bringing the dollar down, bringing inflation down, making sure a kaya day as a nation or better. So there were so many things going on. We were confused. The NPP were still chopping our money. They were telling us John Mahama was lying to us. As I speak to you today, we can boast that the Abana ye told in 2024, no, it has not been wasted. 1 year, today passport office is running 24 hours. The Ghana port is running 24 hours. We have the DVLA running 24 hours. There are other government agencies rolling out 24-hour economy. Go to different sectors of the economy. We are talking about Ghana being under construction from Ho to Asantememu to the Yendi, all the way to a western region. Every single part of Ghana, roads are being constructed. We are talking about inflation. I bear inherited NDC from 53%. Today, inflation single digit. We are talking about the dollar. NDC about power. Now it was 17, almost 18. Today, we are talking about a dollar lingering around 11 and 12. We are talking about a car now many Ghana. And the Ghana car Eswati. IMF for Abe assess the situation. Almost say from 2026 to 2027. You can't say dollar ebe increase. And I say you seek a $7 one de cost just 8%. And the Kufuado 2024 na dollar sibio rate increase now about 23%. This is what we talk about progress. This is what we call about being optimistic, making sure the right things are done at the right time. When your friends say, "Watch your mind," it is John Dramani Mahama in 2024 December. Majority of us came out and said, "We believe in your word. We believe in you. We believe in what you have done, and we know you can do better." So from the north to the south, every single vote went to John Mahama. Obviously, there are some votes that will go to the NPP, but percentage of John Mahama a winning election 2024, 57% and over. No, we as I say, Ghana, we have come to that point where ma atro in the enemy. So truth at the end of the day prevailed. And so far for a year, we have lived with the John Mahama administration for 1 solid year, no major scandal. For 1 solid year, this government didn't go out there to Obroni to borrow. For 1 solid year, as we sit here, Ghana have seen how dollar no at the abedru form. For 1 solid year, Ghana senior Bank of Ghana, Ghana sikasem. You go there, na MPP for so. Ye galamsey, say no, and there you took the gold board Obama, you structure how gold a bit to my benefit to Ghana. 9 months after Juma, and we are seeing improvement in the fight against galamsey. Young people today in our senior high schools, various senior high schools, are not complaining of bad food. Enquire omo JSS, SS, omo nyina enya sanitary pad, we have seen massive improvement in the lives of a majority of Ghana for Sebio na the obubedikra ding omo na omudwetiri omodekofa nyoma abeton kra na ding and the okwa abusuo kan okwa swame okwa all the part of Ghana yedidwa edwadifo akumemu no omunum se ende eyechi na ano no. We have had confidence today people are able to speak their minds. People are able to go out there and share their thoughts. People are not being victimized. Today, people are happy in their skin in Ghana. The John Mahama administration, Ghana say, it is not a perfect government, but it is one of the perfect governments we've had in our history. In Tienina, on December 7, 2024, we went out in Kwara, in Penifo, Apimfo, Mbrewa, Enifrafo, Sebio Abafine, Sebio Nkrimofone Christopher. We all went out there and we made our voices heard. The voice of God, technically, is the voice of the people. Voxe populi, voxe dei. John Dramani Mahama was made president. He won the elections, and Ghanaians were happy. And we are still happy. John Mahama and the NDC have proven themselves. After this short break, I'll pick phone calls.
The other day, something came to my mind when but at the time I have not heard of the Attorney General, because now at the end woman needs to say I want to do it for Ken Ofori Atta. Say mention because it's getting critical for me.
Now kind newspaper now chatuo send be ya wudi 80 years awde akire wo nananom say na meka ho ne to aba edi yi nkofo free power me achi omugu so what you say match ma Wontumi ko demu Ken Ofori Atta ko demu obom di esika no enti uhia. You need to be part of the record, you need to be part of history. It also trans now witness the prosecution of Ken Ofori Atta Now when na no munyini a ebede no bohu de see you are a representative o asase so a wona na no ba beto e ma wa kire kyenwome mu akire omo. Suicide is out. Wait, yen nyina ye twan the history na to na ya ka kire na no mansa na yewu ye di 100 a. Intimen ku hu dabi yen twan na yen record no yen history ni to yen nyina ejeli omu wie na enyini a ye na no ba na da chom say na meka ho meto abade bi in 2024 ye na change Ghana destiny and the munyina munya den o man pa amutim. So what am I say? All right.
Patromani to John Mahama say metren Wontumi metren any John Mahama anti metren.
May I say thank you very much. Me pass and they will call no outside home me. All right. Inti
Mati.
At the end of the day, Chairman relax it. Chairman so on committee suicide bia anti at the end of the day do no. Also on the day amanfo mini amanfo. Inti I was telling the MPP. Sometimes no more MPP for me to say muti TV so na muti radio so na mo kasa na me busa me say enti ne kura ne sen say de ekoso organ ne nyina no yenja nto ne meto abama mo ekwan ya ye no organ ne nyina na abai we akire say in the next 41 years o metuma ye kwan ya organ ne nyina no yenja ye no nto ne meto mamo na mo me de mo be ye kwan na da me na mo ye kwan MP mo ye kwan da hospitals akesi aban we na adwen so obesi bi account no yenye de yenja ne ento abam na mo mesi hospital da MPP mesi hospital da munim si mesi hospital intana mutitivi so na mo kasa ana musan say inti end game ne se ne krakran say yenye de yensesan ya adwen ne ento mamo ana na mo be den na mo mesi hospital da oni si mesi hospital gwasi afo mo jimitu mesi hospital da my kwan da me say NDC for they can go low. NDC for at a point nyoma eye basa yeni omo ebeko through the heat say anwokyere ba yeni omo beko through anwokyere no say edien adedede ba yeni omo bedi adedede no NDC for because they are transparent and honest with us. It does not matter what you people are saying, no. Hey, dollar ne betuma ko do 20. We will still have confidence in the NDC. Mamen kan kire mu bio mo jimi tu mo MPP for. The dollar can get to 20. Ghanaians will still choose NDC over you people because we are dangerous people. Because mo see so from 1996 from a year mo nananom omo yi 700 pounds at a party mo see hospital da mo san kwase afo we mo MPP for mo jimi tu mo see hospital da e o mas babrabom adenti entam Ghana mo kwase afo da me na mo ye kwan da. And one year, and George Bush is sick and the year. Mwanga sama dwene sa mo ye kwan da. Ma ye kwan amodum ho mudia to so da. Kwasiafo. Enti yenye den, yenja bibia. Enti ana mutitivi so kasa. Na bugina parliament jimia. Me say enti ni nyina ne say ye wi a ye nsesan adwene say ye to amamo. Na hwan na wo mumu onim nyansa odisi hospital. Mumu ben why na wo mumu onim nyansa obetuma ka say yensi regional hospital. Why na wo mumu Sankwas we when the between regional hospital Ghana. Enti munja de mo keka no bibia nsesa. Muntie. We are on the right track. Heaven kokora enough from heaven ne kokora enough from. Yesu kura sebio yesi na ye onyankopon ba no ye bekunu kura na enough from. Enti oso tia se oman chichire enough from ba ode no kura chichire a emu adin kura nipa be usa ampa no kura na ode chichire. Enti ye no ya jatum se NDC for ede no kura na chichire man no. Enti nyoma mu ya den kura at a point nyoma be den still ye ne NDC benante. At a point nipa be high. At a point, Sani chichire man, bibi be den kakra, yeni NDC for be chichire, ye be boabo, if you so meka no kura na chire, Ato Forsen, on chantro, John Mahama, on chantro, Nano Pokwadman, on chantro, on meka no sene tiachire, the Bank of Ghana governor, on chantro. Into that is what we want. Into Samajuria must say, I want you in the future, yeni never got a dabi, I want you banti, Yamaba umiambe dia so, abu funu masi hospital da. Abuofunu musi so as a political party. Emuofunu musi hospital. Muni my dear friend hospital. Muni baby musi hospital da. Enti mwenja jimi no na monye ena ye beto aba ena mohwe de esi aba na yatunde ye nu ye ho ena mukwasia boji so obianu no ho. mo Jimmy tu mo Jimmy tu mo anam hwe na mo yem sere say Ghanaians will get up one day and say 2027 2028 you know ye hu galam say you know ye hu jama ne ayeden dem go to abama nine to call it MP before your cleaning system no me catch them be mesaka
Mr. Kevin Taylor obagana ha obetima ka say wake up na ekoye no ana GF4 e dey say hu scan me be we yenya bi nchiro stadium no cry bobo no cry so
good so the assembly about a year sports fund no and the parliament are pass it sir idea for the sports fund on say John Mahama Eddie a year fund and fund no I said just ni na say e bi say Mahama case no a year etoa Sibio yatia near their two a year football bim a specific thing and the John Mahama leadership no parliament are pass it a year bill ye free be sports funder and no juma be di nyina say eye takwa na wo na se stadium no asay ya saa sika ne yi a eye takwa stadium ne require hu adwuma e de say Mahama case na yare a kodan kwanko yare a se bio cancer breast cancer ne ade yewa ye be yibi wo ho e de ahwe obia no saa no bi na Mahama so ate aye frɛ no eye de sports funder and the parliament agia to minti problem no day also tell say from next year kono buy your facilities any your sports and yes soccer nko all sports, all disciplines, you know, about we ebe sika ato futuma ya de best support eno. Inti I think say hono so what you say ho. That's it. Thank you very much. All right. Man for say aduane bo eco form man for say nyoma bebre bogus bia friend dey so porter cars na ekwa ne say ekọ omunya drivers impo if you say drivers no obekọ na ebi etukọ because man for 24-hour economy port no ye adwuma into all these things eboa build the economy into 24-hour economy na kakra you do it slowly na kakra no every area sector bia no so running 24 hours and Ghana is gradually changing man for tension in the system NPP for now but catch up say no me moye no and the monko hwe omo busuan for omo ni age because omo to nyoma abofo omo ye esisifu omo ye akromfo na me dwen say NPP for beka say Ghana ye di ntomo